Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. Breaking news. We're going to be talking about Lucas Bergvall because there is some updates regarding him. And we're also going to be talking and continuing the conversation that we had earlier today regarding the Barcelona managers because there's been more and more news and more speculation regarding that. But guys, before we get started on the video and we talk about the breaking news of today, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into it and let's talk about the news. And this is in regards to Lucas Bergvall, the Swedish young gem. Now, and this is reported by Fabrizio Romano, but understand Barcelona official bid for Lucas Bergvall is expected to be accepted next week. Final amount, 7 million fixed fee plus 3 million add-ons. Bergvall has been very clear he wants to join Barca. Deal to be closed now, but valid from July the 1st, 2024. Almost there. So we're basically getting the here we go confirmation. Uh, we do need to wait a little bit for that, but it is exciting to know that negotiations they are advancing, they are very advanced, and it's getting very close for Lucas Bergvall to basically sign with Barcelona. Now, guys, you guys know my thoughts regarding Lucas Bergvall. I think he's an absolutely talented young midfielder who is very versatile, who can play anywhere in that midfield, attacking, CDM, and everything like that. But uh, you know, at the same time, I want to see Barcelona go for actual CDM. And Lucas Bergvall, he's extremely talented. I think for 7 million fixed plus 3 million dollars, I think that's a good price. If Lucas Bergvall he turns out to be the next world beater, then Barcelona they did good business. I think 7 million is like a low risk, high reward. And so I do understand why Barcelona is going for him, but as I said before, it's Barcelona. They do have other priorities, such as like the CDM, a left wing, but that doesn't take away from Lucas Bergvall. And I definitely want to know your guys' thoughts on Lucas Bergvall. You guys are a fan of the Swedish talent? If not, I've posted some highlights on my X page. It's so weird because I used to call it Twitter, but if you guys like to have it known as Twitter, then that's how it is. But guys, next piece of news and continue on the conversation. I just had a brain fart, but continuing on the discussion on the managers, I wanted to talk about Mikel Arteta because this is breaking news by Sport. Mikel Arteta has informed his entourage that he is leaving Arsenal at the end of the season. This is reported by Sport. Now, Mikel Arteta, he was at the club at FC Barcelona in the team many years ago. There's actually a photo with him and Pep and everything. Let me see if I can actually bring it up. But that would be an actually crazy photo. Let me see if I have it. Please. I'm trying to look it up. Pep Arteta Xavi. Where's the photo? Well, I can't find the photo right now, guys. But it was actually such a cool photo just to see all of them together. But anyhow, continuing on, my thoughts on Mikel Arteta as a coach is I don't think that he's fit for this job at Barcelona. The work that he's done at Arsenal, props. You're doing a good job taking Arsenal to second, and bringing them back from where they used to be. But overall, Barcelona is a team that's going to be high demanding, and Mikel Arteta's resume and the work that he's done hasn't been enough for me. It's not enough for me to say that he warrants this job. And on top of that, I think that Barcelona they should be going for an experienced manager rather someone who's just starting their career. And so that's why even though like if Mikel Arteta he is to leave Arsenal at the end of the season, I don't think that Barcelona should go after him. But now, guys, another manager is Luis Enrique because guys, be prepared to have every single manager in the world answer this question: are you willing to coach Barcelona? Because Barcelona is going to be linked with everyone. And this is reported by Fabrizio Romano and told by Danny Lopez. Would you like to return to Barca as manager one day? Luis Enrique responded, I have nothing to say about this. No comment. He hasn't closed the door, but he hasn't said Barcelona is my dream club. If they come knocking, I'll always go. And this is, out of respect for PSG, you have to understand that he is at PSG, and PSG, they pay his wages, and so it's understandable for him to be respectful for his contractor. And in regards to Luis Enrique, he would be a good fit, but that ship has sailed. And I honestly think that Barcelona should be looking at Luis Enrique. And another, funny enough, continuing on to another coach who has responded, it's actually Thomas Tuchel, a coach who just recently went to Bayern Munich. Thomas Tuchel a few minutes ago. Moving abroad would appeal to me again. Spain has an extraordinary league. From my perspective and based on my experience working with Spaniards, they are characterized by a tremendous amount of self confidence. When you speak with Spanish players, I quickly get the sense that you're engaging with the person. Now, that's crazy. Thomas Tuchel is in that statement. He is basically saying, I would love to coach in Spain. And there is some tension between Thomas Tuchel and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, they are not top of their league. And if Leverkusen, they win the Bundesliga, and for example, Bayern Munich, they don't win the Champions League, then we can possibly see the possibility of Bayern sacking Thomas Tuchel. And that would open the door for Thomas Tuchel to join Barcelona. Now, Thomas Tuchel, he is an experienced manager. He is a cup manager, keep that in mind. And his league record isn't that great, but in those cup tournaments, he has done well. And so I posed the question to you guys. Would you guys bring in Thomas Tuchel, knowing, in fact, that Thomas Tuchel is a certain profile manager? Would you be fine if he, for example, takes Barcelona maybe into the semis or even the final of the Champions League? It's a possibility that we win it or not. That's up in the air. But for example, he finishes maybe second or third in La Liga. That's Thomas Tuchel as a manager. However, Thomas Tuchel is an option that is thrown into the hat that is being debated. And so, guys, we talked about a lot. Lucas Bergvall, and then three different managers: Arteta, Luis Enrique, and Thomas Tuchel. That Laporta is going to have a very, very tough job on his hands, because whichever coach he appoints next has to be the right person, because that could decide Barcelona in the next couple of years, or where we are. Are we competing in the Champions League, or are we struggling even to get into the Champions League spots, and struggling to win any silverware? Laporta's next big decision is going to be huge. And so, I would not want to be him right now, because he is definitely on the hot seat. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that we have talked about and discussed in this video. Are you guys excited to see Lucas Bergvall coming to Barcelona? And what do you guys make of Arteta potentially leaving Arsenal at the end of the season? And continuing on the discussion that we had earlier today, who would you guys want to bring in as the replacement for Xavi? Thomas Tuchel, Mikel Arteta, Jurgen Klopp, Imanol. There's a lots of options. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all on the next.